Okay, so our goal here is to maximize revenue. So we need a revenue equation. Whoops, let me switch to black. We need a revenue equation. So how is revenue calculated? Well, revenue is just how much money is generated. So revenue is the number of things that you sell, or quantity, times the price that you sell them for. So in this case, we have two different items we're selling. So it's going to be the quantity of the first item times its price, plus the quantity of the second item times its price that we sell it for. Now, you can see up here, though, we have some equations that we need to take into account. It's not quite that simple, but it's close. So revenue is equal to, well, we know the quantity of our first item is really just this equation right here. So the quantity would just be 100,000 minus 800 times the price of the first item plus 10 times the price of the second item. So this right here, that whole formula right there, just represents Q1. So now we still need to multiply that by the price of the first item. And there you go. That takes care of the first part of our equation. So now we need to add that to, okay, well, the quantity of the second item, and now the pattern just follows. It's the second equation, $150,000, or 150,000, maybe not dollars, times 1, or 10 times P1, minus 800 times P2. This whole thing right here represents the quantity of the second item. So now we need to multiply it by the price of the second item. And there's our equation, there's our setup. So now the question says it wants us to find the prices for the Ultra Mini and Big Stack that will maximize your total revenue. So we want to maximize this. How are we going to do that? Well, there's where derivatives come in. So if our goal is to maximize this, we're going to find the partial derivatives in both directions. So we want the revenue with respect to the first price, find out what that is, and then we need the revenue with respect to the second price, or if you don't like that notation, you could say it's the partial derivative of the revenue with respect to the price, and then vice versa, or not vice versa, similarly, the revenue with respect to the second price, and we find each of those derivatives, set them equal to 0, and yada yada yada. You've already done the rest of the problems, so I know you know the process. Hope that helps.